When you first log into your own unique instance of Salesforce, also known as your org, you can get to the administrative setup by clicking on the setup link next to your name. After clicking the link, you're taken to the force.com setup homepage where you can start adding all the customizations you want. Here in the middle, you can see a link to the app wizard. This helps you create a few key components to get you started on building the application. Below the Getting Started wizard, there are recent items. Recent items are the things within your org that you worked on recently that you can click on to link back to. Below the recent items are my quick links. These are several links that most app builders and admins use very often. So they have been pulled out here as shortcuts. These are things like creating a new object, or creating a new user, or even creating a new profile. All these are different facets of app building, and you can link to some of them here. Below the quick links is the community section. This is the area of the setup where you can turn to the community to ask for help. You can learn best practices or ask questions in the discussion boards or even post ideas if you think anything is missing from the platform that you would like to see. You can click on your name and settings. This is where you can add customization around your personal information and the settings for yourself when you log in. And now let me go back to the setup to talk about the left-hand side of the screen. Over here on the left, we have our setup tree. At the top of our setup tree is my administration setup. This is where you can not only manage users that are in your org, but also the permissions they have to view and edit data. You have more granular security over the fields that they can see and the different ways they can log in. You can also control things like email templates that are going out, maybe with workflow rules or approval processes. You can also manage data, import different objects, and other files you may need. You can also export data if necessary, but I haven't gone over everything within this tree. And the tree definitely can be a little overwhelming. And that's when you can use the quick find at the top whenever you need to find something that you're not sure where to look. So for example, if you were trying to find the import wizard, all you need to do is type in import, and you could see everywhere in the tree that this might come up. Then you would just be able to click on the link in order to use it. Below the administration is the build section. This is where you can make customizations around the apps within your org. Under customize, you can make changes to the standard objects. You can rename standard objects and change their labels as well. You can also create homepage components that all users will see when they log in. This is also a place where you can make changes to things like chatter. Below that, you can see all the things you can create and customize. These are things like applications where you can create objects or tabs, and you can also create workflow rules and approval processes for your applications. If you wanted to add more programmatic aspects to your app, you could go under Develop. And this is where you can create things like classes, triggers, or even Visualforce pages. And outside of this, we have things like the Schema Builder, where you could build out your data model. Or if you feel like you don't have to reinvent the wheel, you can go to the App Exchange and see different apps you might be able to install in your org here. And below the build section, you have deployment. This is where you have tools to deploy your application to different sandboxes or even to production. You can monitor all the different jobs in your org and different processes that are going on right now. From the system overview screen, you can see all the important data usage and limits for your organization. For example, in regards to my schema, I'm using 4 custom objects right now out of a total 400. You can see how much data is being used in comparison to how much I'm allowed to use total. You can see the number of API requests made in the last 24 hours, or all the different business logic that's currently running within your org. You can see how many tabs or Visualforce pages that you may have within your org, as well as how many licenses you have right now. And you can also make your organization mobile using Salesforce One setup. On the right-hand side, you have developer resources. And all these are links to things like articles or discussion boards that can help you figure out what you need to do within your org. There are links to featured content or events that are coming up within your area that are geared towards helping you with app development. Now I know that I've only touched the surface of all the things that you could do within the administration setup, but I hope that I've familiarized you a little bit with the layout of things and where you need to go in order to get your work done.